Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations. They call themselves the Bad Batch.
Everyone, welcome back to another somber episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah,
I'm Drew.
And I'm Andrew.
and we are back with Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 15, Return to Camino. And it was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm in shock. I'm still in shock right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I got done watching it like 5 minutes ago, and my words right now is, what the heck did I just watch? I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
Off the bat, real quick. Off the bat, I'm disappointed in Disney for announcing
Yeah,
season 2.
I kind of.
Oh yeah, surprise everyone if you live under a rock,
Yes.
or you don't follow social media. Which if you don't,
I mean, that's
honestly,
fair.
Sorry,
good
we're
for-
kind of doing what Disney just did, but
honestly good for you
there's a Season 2
because
coming.
social media it's a mixed bag. But yeah, surprise! Season 2 of the Bad Batch is coming in 2022. It's confirmed.
It's confirmed, and I'm
so-
disappointed that they announced that because tonight episode would have been even better if we didn't know there's a season 2.
Hey,
Well, I will tell you that in Disney's defense, season 2 just means that it's going to be there.
Which
Like,
is just
It doesn't
Yeah.
have any implications on what characters are going to be there.
now
what
I
the story's
saw.
gonna be.
Okay, so I saw something.
Um,
I just now
a bit of
that
vision?
this was the last
Oh.
episode. Is that right?
No,
People are saying that online that this was the last episode of the season.
it says Part 1 right on Disney
Yeah.
Plus.
Oh, it does?
Dude,
What?
it literally says finale part 1.
So
Well,
they
okay.
on,
I
like,
didn't, I didn't see
the
that then.
menu it says
Yeah.
finale part 1. So I was like, okay, that's a lame finale like
announcement.
title. But then when you watch the episode, it pops up as Return to Camino.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just saw the
So,
Return to Camino.
anyone-
I didn't see.
Anyone that's saying that it's the last episode, they're just wrong.
Yeah, like
They're
Well,
just blatantly
Instagram
wrong.
is wrong. I guess
Yeah.
it technically is the last episode because it's part 1 of an episode. Is it the same episode? No, I guess not. Never mind.
You're splitting hairs at this point. Yeah, Instagram's wrong, Pete.
Yeah.
Very wrong. But yeah, congratulations to the Bad Batch for being renewed for a second season. That's awesome. I'm not surprised because it's
Yeah.
awesome. But congratulations. It is interesting because this morning I forgot today was Friday. I did. Like I didn't forget, but like I forgot that the Bad Batch was like it was like a Friday thing and that it was happening, and because like my week has been kind of crazy, and
Mine too.
I woke up and like I went and got coffee, and then there's a locally owned bagel place down the street. They make really good breakfast sandwiches with bagels. We got bagels. My wife and I got bagels. It's like a Friday morning thing, especially on payday. If you're an adult, you know what payday means. It means you can splurge like $5. But anyways, before the bills start rolling in again. But yeah, so I sit down and I was like, before I started work, I was opening YouTube and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to continue like learning, YouTube and Instagram strategy and stuff like that. I was like, at least be informational while I'm watching
Yeah.
or eating my breakfast.
Trying to
I-
educate yourself.
Yo, and then I open YouTube, and in my recommended videos, I see something. And the title, I see Crosshair, and I'm like, oh, there's Crosshair. And then the freaking title of the episode, the video is Crosshair shoots his own soldiers, ... again. And I went, oh no, I got to get off here right now.
You totally forgot.
I forgot. I was like, oh, the Bad Batch came out today. And I closed YouTube and I immediately watched it. But I was like,
I
what do
think
you
it's
mean he
funny
shoots
because
his own soldiers again.
you knew his payday. You went
Yeah.
to your Friday ritual bagel place, and you still didn't
Okay,
realize
to be-
Bad
okay,
Batch
to be
was
fair-
out.
So to be fair, we were up really late last night. I
Weird
was
flex?
editing a video.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't a flex. I was editing a video and working on some stuff, and then my wife is going through an online user experience course. She's training herself in UX, and so we were both just like working away at stuff. So we went to bed super late. I was like, all right, we're gonna get up early, and we can, we can like go do our Friday morning routine, and then, like work on stuff before we both have to start work. And then 4 a.m. my cat wakes me up, like right in the middle of the sleep cycle. And I wake up and I'm like, I have no idea where I'm at. I'm like, what is going on? And he's throwing up. So like he was throwing up. He was throwing up on the bed. He was like
Oh
on
no!
down by Micaiah's feet.
That's the
And then-
worst.
Like I sit up and I'm like, oh gosh. And he happened to jump onto the floor and I'm like, yes, I can clean it up on the floor. Like the
Yeah,
bed's
yeah.
a completely different story.
Bed
he
is
throws
like
up.
you have to change the sheets.
Hey,
Yeah.
you said it was on her side, so it's not bothering you. You can go back to sleep.
Bro, no, I'm not doing that.
No.
She
I wish that was
she's-
how that worked.
She hates germs more than I do, and there's no like we would have to wake up, take the sheets off, and wash them right then. There's no way we would have
Yeah.
like slept. And so he throws up on the floor, and then he throws up again in the kitchen. And by that time, I was
What
waking
did
up
he
to go,
eat?
okay, I don't know. I think he's working on a hairball, and that was like the precursor, kind of like
Oh,
trying to get things moving, but it's not working. Anyways,
cats.
all that to say, we also ran out of paper towels, so I had to improvise with Kleenex.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say your shirt. You took your
No,
shirt off.
I still sprayed everything. Like I disinfected everything. It was a whole thing, and then I went back to bed, and then we did not wake up at 6. We woke up at 7:30. Everything was off.
Yeah.
All of that to say, my morning was off, and that's why I forgot. And
Can we do
Anyways.
a story by Andrew episode ?
yeah, if you
Well, we have that.
ask us anything,
Yeah, that's.
just
about
ask
to
me
come up.
questions that'll get me going on stories.
But
So, anyways,
yeah,
all that
that's-
to say,
you need a
I
dog
forgot.
because then your dog would eat the puke and then you can just keep sleeping.
That is true.
well, at least Cheeto, like, he does this thing. He'll sniff it. He'll be like, okay, there's my puke. And then he, like, does his foot on the floor like he's trying to cover it up
Yep.
Oh, so
in
cute.
his litter box. And I'm like, oh, you're good for you. At least you're trying. Like, obviously, the hardwood floors, that's not going to help. But thank you. At
Now,
least
next
he's, like,
time, just
trying
do it
to-
in the litter box. And
Yeah.
I want
Well,
him to
and
do
here's the thing,
anything.
He does.
Oh, that's cool.
He's thrown up hairballs in his litter box like 5 times. Like he knows. He's really good about that stuff. But yeah, so the Bad Batch. All of that to say, I forgot and almost had something spoiled, and then I watched it. So, and then in a day full of events, we ended up starting the watch party, or trying to start the watch party, a solid 30 minutes late. And then we
Already.
had technical difficulties.
For another half hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's just
So-
been a day.
So sorry to those watching us on the live stream right now for being an hour late.
But we're not dollars so short, or imp coin, or credit, whatever you want to call it. We're not short.
All right.
And it's Friday. I mean, like,
Yeah. What?
Gonna get
sure,
down.
sure. Some people are gonna have to work tomorrow, and I apologize. Or Drew apologizes.
I do.
Wait, you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah,
I
he
work
always
every
works
Saturday.
Saturday.
Every
Oh.
Saturday
His
for the
days
past
off
like
are-
15 years, I've worked Saturday.
His
What time
days
do you have
off
to go
are
in?
Wednesdays and
Uh,
Sundays.
I usually get there a little after 8:30 in the morning.
Oof.
You're
well,
good.
I'll get up at
I have to
7.
be at my in-laws in the morning at 7 a.m. for breakfast. So you and I are gonna be kind of. In a
I have to
similar boat.
move my whole house at 7 a.m. So
Oh, so we're all screwed.
yeah. So let's
one
get.
way or the other.
Let's go.
All right.
So, what were your guys' overall thoughts of this episode?
I'll go first. It was amazing. I still don't understand how that last part happened with Crosshair. It was kind of, it's a lot, but yes, I thought it was a really good episode. I like Omega's like full on teamwork, knowing the secret stuff. Like she was the hero of this episode, 100%. She knew where every nook and cranny of that of Camino, what like how to get there, how they can land, like all that really good stuff. And I think she did work. I was really impressed with her. Yeah, overall I thought it was a really good episode. I don't want to break it down too much because we're about to, but
Andrew.
This was my type of episode. Like, we've got a lot of action. It's the perfect combination of action, beautiful cinematography.
music.
This episode was a piece of art in many ways for me. There were a few shots, and I was just like, gosh, this is a treat to look at. But the perfect combination of the action, the cinematography, the music, and then plot development. Like, if my ideal like Star Wars series would be something like more akin to what we had in The Mandalorian, where for the most part every episode like there was something kind of significant added to the plot, you know. I'd say at least, 75 80% for those episodes. But like if the Bad Batch was like this, was on this level every episode, it could possibly be some of my favorite Star Wars stuff of all time, if not my favorite.
Which I
So,
feel
yeah.
like they could be doing in season 2 because, obviously season 2 is probably like well into production, obviously. But like,
Well, clear if they already said next year.
but I wonder if they're going to see the criticisms that some people had of like what people are calling filler episodes. Like if they're going to be more intentional with more strategic plot like development in every episode that people are going to like see and be satisfied with at the end. But,
Like, yeah, it's kind of like The Mandalorian. Like, I'm okay with a smaller season if we have more intense episodes every single episode. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
with like the Clone Wars, like the original series, or even Rebels, like there's a lot of these kind of filler episodes, air quotes. But it's so long, so many episodes. It's just a normal cartoon show. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that
22
happens.
episodes. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. But if we have like even 14 episodes next season, I'm okay with it if it's every single episode is like this one. Like I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things that was really appealing to me about Clone Wars season 7.
Yes.
Was like, okay, sure that we had these 4-episode arcs and they were like contained mini stories.
But I like
I
that
think-
style.
But right, yeah.
Let's go with that. I'm
like
okay with that.
give me 4 separate arcs, that are self-contained, but also have some hints at the larger story as they go that culminates into the final, 2 or 3 episodes or whatever. But I loved this episode, and I particularly liked the direction they took Crosshair in.
Yep.
I liked that a lot. Because like for a second I thought they were gonna take the easy way out and be like, oh, he's good now. Yay, and then it'd be like, okay, well, how long has he been good? Has he been acting like,
You like what I said last week?
an antagonist this whole
Yeah.
time? But I think that added like a really unique layer of depth to him.
Dude,
Like when you realize,
I did not think
Oh.
that would happen at all.
yeah, when you realize, oh, like he believes this, assuming he actually had his chip removed. So
True.
it's good stuff. I liked it a lot.
Jeremiah?
All right, so I agree with everything you're saying, but my butt is not as problematic as you're gonna. think. But
That's good to hear.
I don't understand.
In case anybody was worried about your butt.
I don't
was.
understand why they went to Camino, like why Crosshair brought them to Camino or Hunter to Camino. Like there wasn't really any purpose for him to go to Camino that I didn't really get because it was being evacuated, and I'm assuming it's because Crosshair wanted to show Hunter and the Bad Batch that the Empire can't be trusted, but they can trust Crosshair or something like that. But like, I didn't really see the point of them going to Camino. Like, I liked what happened. Like, if they could have literally had a minute, like when Crosshair was in the ship with Hunter on their way to Camino, like they could have explained why they're going to Camino, and it would have made more sense to me. But I was like, why are we even here? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, no one's there. They're just there just to do what?
I think that there might have been a plan that obviously got foiled because there's a mention, there's a few mentions of like or allusions to being on schedule.
Yeah.
And where Admiral Rampart's like, yeah, like do your thing, but make sure you continue to be on schedule. And then even the special forces troopers, like one of them's like, this is taking too long, or like, how long are we gonna wait, or something? And he's like, just give them time or something. And I feel like there was a plan, because he didn't execute them right away.
Yeah.
You know, and then obviously that just went out the window.
Because like the only plan that there could have been was that Rampart knew that Crosshair wanted to recruit the Bad Batch into the Empire.
Which I don't
So,
think
like-
that's a plan.
Like, if that was the plan, then like, why would you bring them to Camino? Like, you could have done it anywhere. But like,
I think for me, it seemed like Admiral thought that
Yeah.
he thought that maybe he wanted them to die with the clones there, like that is, I don't know, or maybe he assumed that's where they would find them. Like I don't know. I kind of see what you're saying. Like it doesn't really make sense why they went there, besides for us, the viewer, to see them blow up Camino. You know, spoilers.
Or
But
maybe we'll get a bigger picture next episode.
could 'cause I
Maybe.
feel
There's
like
obviously something going on with Omega that we don't know the full story of.
first of all, wait, I don't want to get into it, but what? It's I'm confused.
yeah. So that was just my one issue, like primary issue with the episode was that. But also, they stole my fan fiction. It's exactly how I envisioned it, and it's exactly what happened in my fan fiction. Everything, like so, like not everything, but like I already got my draft for my cease and desist to Disney right now.
Nice.
Well, you can do that and let us know how that goes.
Yep. You do that, or just ask for our website back. One of the two.
Or ask for a website back.
Or,
But anyway,
or a job. That would be cool.
I'll be janitor at.
No, they'll just ask you to be a part of the writing team. Oh,
Hashtag give it to Jeremiah.
Dude. that would-
hashtag give it to Jeremy right now, chat.
Can you imagine, like, just in a flash, moving to San Francisco and having a well-paying enough job to afford like a relatively nice
To live
apartment
there,
in
obviously.
San Francisco? Like that would be crazy.
Also, but they require you, Jeremiah, to change your name legally to Jeremit to stay with the Star Wars
Would you
thing.
do it?
No. I guess I could.
You would
Bro,
do it.
You would
Come
be a writer
on.
for the Lucasfilm Story Group. You live in San Francisco, beautiful city.
Well, it
Mind you,
was.
minus, like,
was.
Yeah,
It's kind of gone
you're near
down,
SeaWorld.
but
That's a plus. Well,
not really. You kind
you're near the beach.
I don't do
The Pacific-
beaches, so
but
Okay.
I don't,
but
know, you
but
know what?
also the water is super cold, so you don't want to do anything.
I
on
don't
that
care
beach.
about like travel or sightseeing. Like I can see that stuff on Google right now.
Like,
and it's the same exact.
He
thing.
can literally.
Well,
Fine, you can live where you live. You just have to
okay.
go
What
on
if they're
Zoom
like, hey, here's
and
200K a year?
Well, I would still go there, yeah, but like I'm not gonna go there because I want to see
He wants
the Golden Gate
you
Bridge.
could have
or
just. He's saying you should
something
just
like-
stop at. You got a job at Lucasfilm
Yeah,
to write.
like, I can do that remotely from right now, from my apartment right here. Like, they have the internet. Like,
True, but needless to say, they do want you to legally change your name to Jeremy. Though, would you do it?
I guess.
Yeah, Jeremy.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be an insult to my parents because they.
They would
No,
not care.
dude,
They would-
Because your parents would be like, "Oh, dude, you're making $200K a year. Sure, like go for it."
You work for Star Wars.
Yeah,
That's fine. And then you just still be Jeremiah, just not to
But
us.
I feel like I would have
or-
to like quit the podcast though.
No. That's
I
part
feel
of
like I
it.
have to because I can't like be in a story group and then like talk have a
No,
breakdown of everything.
we
and,
just
like,
wouldn't mention that you worked there.
I wear like sunglasses, like the sunglasses with the nose and mustache, and like
Yeah,
pretend like it's
exactly. You're Jeremiah here, Jeremiah there.
so
different
scene
person.
by scene.
Yes.
scene by scene, because we're already an hour behind. So, they're in hyperspace. Crosshair and Hunter, they're in Crosshair's ship in hyperspace on their way to Camino, and Hunter's in his cell type of thing, and then Crosshair comes in, and apparently this whole time, Hunter had his comlink on him, like, which is like, you think that'd be like the first thing you would take off him, like first his weapons and then like his comlink, but Crosshair grabs it off him and says
Unless
like,
you realize that it doesn't matter because he's in the custody of the Empire and they're hoping that they're gonna come after him.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but he could say, like, click on it and start talking to him, like, hey, this is the plan, like, let's do this, go get these people over here, meet me at Camino because we're about to be there, like, could have done something like that, but yes. He grabs the comlink and is like, we're going to turn it on. We're going to lure, the rest of their team back here. And, like, that's just, like, Crosshair's, like, knows that, like, it's obvious what they're doing, what he's doing, but, like, he knows that the Bad Batch is going to go there regardless. Like, they don't care if it's a trap. They're going to go to Camino to get
What'd
Hunter.
you say? It's a trap. It's a trap.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. But yes. So then it flashes to Echo and Omega trying to fix the H&M after they got wrecked in the previous episode. And Omega, she's in panic mode right now. Like,
She can't
Like,
focus.
she can't focus. She wants to leave, but like Echo's like, we can't go unless the ship is fixed. Like, if we want any chance to save Hunter, like, we have to have an operational ship. And so she's frustrating, but then like they get fixed. We see that Wrecker left Gregor with Sid, which is like weird. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird thought that this crazy guy that's like semi, like, not all the way there is hanging out with Sid, who's like doesn't deal with people's crap type of thing. Because she already didn't want like attention and clones there and all that stuff, but now she has like another clone that she has to worry about. And so I thought that was just kind of funny. But then they get their ship running and they go to Camino. So once the ship turns on, then they see that the comlink is on Camino. And so they knew it's a trap, but they go anyway.
Sorry, what did you say?
Are you going to do this the whole time?
No.
I said it's a trap. We'll get it out of your, get it out of your system. If you want to do it one more time just for fun, get it out of your system.
See, now it's
Three
now
in
it's-
a row, you know, you gotta
No, it's forced now.
So
force.
So as they're approaching Camino, you can see that there's 3 Star Destroyers, and then they go to some coordinates that Omega has for a landing place, and so it's miles and miles away. It seems like from the main facility, and they're just hovering over the water. And Omega or Tech is like, "There's nothing here," and Omega's like, "Go lower, keep going lower," and then eventually a landing pad rises out of the water, which was I thought it was cool that they had that there. Um, and
I
so
thought it was really cool.
yeah, and so they get out, and I don't know if you caught this detail, but I really liked what they did with Omega's hair in the rain.
Yeah.
It changed her hair to like wet hair, which is like you don't really see that in too much in cartoons, really. Like where it's usually just pretty much Lego hair, no
Yeah.
matter their
Yeah.
no,
No
matter
matter
their
what
environment
happens,
or
yeah.
whatever. So I thought that was cool. They
You
just
do in anime for sure, but not in like
Not
CG
not
stuff
in
like this.
CG stuff.
Not
They,
as
I
much.
mean, they
at
wear the
least.
same clothes no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, the Bad Batch wears all the same clothes.
but Omega hasn't
Omega's been
changed.
wearing the same janky thing since for like the
Yeah,
whole season,
yeah.
and it's still like completely white. So they got really good
Cl-
washing machines in Star Wars universe apparently.
Or they
So-
have incredible fabric.
Or it's a cartoon.
or all of the above.
Okay, Mr. Killjoy, let's keep going. Speaking of being wet on Camino, there's a wet blanket for the conversation. Thanks to Drew. So
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I thought you were gonna say your cat puked in the chair on that blanket.
No,
And I was like,
no.
what?
But they're on the landing pad, and they're like, "Well, how are we supposed to get to? Like, we're all here." And she's Mega's like, "We can use the tube system." Which do we know that they had a tube system? I don't think so.
Nope.
I'll tell you this. When she was like, "Oh, let's use the tube system," I was like, "Yeah." I was like, if anything is gonna be there that we didn't know about, it was probably gonna be an underwater travel system.
Well, I mean, like the
Right.
Bad Batch didn't know that was a thing,
Yeah.
and they lived on Camino. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's pretty. I think it's probably the Kaminoans' only
Yeah.
thing.
Because Omega does say that they have this tube system
That
it
goes
goes through-
into the city.
goes no, she said it goes everywhere. Like
Yeah.
it's not just this one tube that goes to the main facility. She's implied that there's a lot of these around the planet Camino. So I think that's a little hint right there about what's going to happen in next episode is they're going to use the tube system to escape
Yeah.
the facility. But so they get an orb comes up and they all go into orb and it goes down into the tube and she says it leads to Nala Say's secret lab that she has.
I would have enjoyed if they would be like, "How are we gonna get to the city?" And she would have at first been like, "We swim," and just like played him for a second, and she's like, "Nah, we would use the tube system."
I felt like that would have been really bad out of place. Like if it was like any other episode, like yeah.
I literally would have pointed at the screen and gone, "Ah," and just I would have enjoyed it, but it's fine.
But we did see like a tube system like this on Mon Cala in that underwater arc. They had a tube system, but it was
Yeah.
filled with water that they would shoot
It
through.
was like streets,
kind of. If that's what you-
sidewalks.
I'm trying to think of a funny pun, but I can't right now. So
Okay. Thank you.
maybe it'll come to me later in the episode, and I will definitely relay that to you.
Okay.
uh,
Everyone stand by.
But as they're going through the tube system, it flashes over to Hunter being. We did skip over the part that kind of what you mentioned earlier about Rampart having some sort of scheme and how one of the elite squad members is like,
I don't trust.
I don't trust Crosshair with his like whatever. And Rampart says, well, just keep an eye on him. Let me know if anything goes down. So that happened, and then that's when we see them arrive on Camino, and then this next scene is where Hunter is being escorted through the facility, and it's basically empty, and he's like, this place is being decommissioned. And so, like, yeah, when he arrived, people were still being, taken off planet, and we were seeing that. And so then he's in like it was like the control room or something. Like I don't remember what room it was, but they were in there with.
It was they said it was the main cloning deck.
So they had
I
like
think
a
it was
bunch of
this-
like screens and stuff. Like
I
it
think
was
it
like
was
a
central
monitoring.
control room. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were in there, and they're talking, and this is kind of where things got a little like, what's going on here? Because uh, Crosshair kind of expressed his like he felt betrayed because he was left behind,
Mm-hmm.
and
The first of a few different times, mind you.
yeah, and like Hunter said something like, "Oh, we didn't have a choice," and then Crosshair was like I did or something like that,
Yeah, I was
which
like, oh.
was like, yeah, but like when him saying that was kind of weird because a clone that's under the control now, like
He was
looking
very
back,
self-aware.
self-aware, where
Yeah.
a normal clone with the chip wouldn't realize this. So I was like, how is he thinking like that? It was just a weird like he's self-aware about the situation, like as if he was like post being controlled by the chip. So like
Yeah.
I didn't at the moment while watching the episode, I wasn't thinking like, oh, he doesn't no longer have the chip. Like that didn't even cross my mind until the reveal at the end of the episode. But
It made me realize something was up.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
think
was
I don't
thinking.
think my mind was like, oh, he's self-aware. That must mean his chip's gone. But it was like, this is strange. Very
Yeah.
real, very human, non-robotic
Yeah,
like behavior. I was like, this is a nice touch because he's like being kind of spiteful the way a human would. Like, dude, I would totally do that. In that situation, be like, yeah, like, oh, you mean like I had a chance? Like, it's totally relatable. I was like, this is out of place, and I like it.
all right, Drew. We gotta keep that note in our back of our memory about how Andrew really is. So
Yeah, I'm spiteful to the core.
yeah, so if we're gonna betray him, we gotta do it very like
We have to plan it out.
Oh man, there's a Bane Path of Destruction reference that I could make right now that would be so like 100% applicable, but neither of you would get it.
just say it so our fans who do know it can get it.
I was gonna say in response to that, at least when you betray me, have the guts to kill me yourself.
Oh yeah. that
Oh
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
I will.
Yeah, he says that to Githany. I'm sure you remember the scene when they're in the
No.
archives, and yeah, it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
She literally has just told Bane about how she left the order and why she left the Jedi Order.
Oh yes, that
Yeah,
part.
it was a really sweet and also extremely disturbing moment. Well, it wasn't disturbing, but it wasn't necessarily sweet either. So
It was
you remember.
something.
You remember there. You were there. We were all there.
We were all there in heart.
Yep. So they're having this conversation, and like we were obviously like in this, like what's going on? We want to know more, but then their monitoring system goes up, like it's like, yep, a ship arrived and landed in like an unknown area or whatever, and so their conversation got cut short. And they're kind of, I think they like started to get up to like, because I think they detected them in the system, like in the facility somewhere or something like that, and they're about to go intercept, but Crusher's like, no, they're gonna come to us. Let's just wait it out. So then it goes back to the Bad Batch, and they arrived at this lab, Nalase's lab, and we learned some interesting things here.
And yet also very little.
Right.
And I was kind of frustrated. I was like, oh, things are slowing down a bit. Maybe we're gonna get some backstory, and then we do, but it's like a little crumb.
Yep.
It's not even a snack. It's just a little crumb. I wanted a full meal.
Like you would rather have like a salacious beet crumb, like something like that, like something a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho, so Omega says that this was an experimental lab, and this is where, what did she called it? Something? Was it like a name of like the 99? She had like a name for it, like the, you know what I'm talking about?
Force 99.
No, like she referred to like that experiment as something. I thought.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't
It's like
remember.
something, and so it's like this is like where you guys were
You
created,
were
or
you were modified. Their genetic traits were modified before they were like put back in with the normal clones.
right.
Yeah.
And so she's like, and I was made here too. And so,
And the interesting thing was she specifically says that she remembers seeing them.
Being modified.
did she say
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
She saw it
that's
happen.
that's what is surprising to me.
Yeah.
So
Which is that's why I said we got a crumb, because I'm like, dude, you can't just be like, I was actually there when you guys were doing the thing, and I'm like, that's all you're gonna give me? Like, obviously she doesn't want to go back to Camino. There's something underneath the surface. Which I
but
guess,
obviously she's not altered by time.
yeah,
Well, she's not. She doesn't have a
she's not
faster
genetically
aging.
modified that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like she literally seen the Bad Batch made.
Yep.
She
Supposedly.
No, she
did.
said it.
She said
I don't
it.
know. I don't remember. But the
Bro.
thing is, she would have been so young that like.
No,
Dude,
she
they
not
have
necessarily.
accelerated-
Yeah.
They
no.
have accelerated growth. Like,
No, I understand that, but if she was made at the same time as
she's
Boba
what?
Fett, she would be 13 years old right now.
Yes,
like
that's
the
what-
oldest.
That's what
And
David
so,
said.
dude,
so that means, if they're
I mean, I still
3
have memories.
years younger, she would have been 3 years old. Like, there's no way that they're like 5 years old because then they would be 10. So like, I don't know. In
Well,
order
maybe
for her to remember them, like they would literally.
Well, she said she remembers them.
she said it.
Therefore, it is canon and it matters.
All right, I'm
Yes.
gonna have to go back later. And,
No, she literally said that. That's why I was like, what?
Listen, Drew watched this like 10 minutes ago.
Yes,
Sure.
I was like, what?
That's why
the
we're late.
heck? That's why- that was, like,
gotta throw that
something-
in there
sorry.
one last time.
The listeners caught it at the same time. They're not late.
But
But yeah, she said that. That's why I was like, even in my watch party, I was like, wait, what? So she's older than them technically.
Yeah.
But what really shocked me is that the Bad Batch didn't even question that. They're just like, yeah.
well, they knew that they were an experimental.
Yeah, but, like-
Clone Force 99. So like they knew that they were made separately from everybody else.
Yeah, and so is she. But like, I think the biggest thing is like, up until this point, we didn't think that she was altered. We thought she was after them. Like we thought she was made after the Bad Batch was made.
I never necessarily thought that. Once we learned that she
Oh,
was.
I always thought that she was part of the Bad Batch like process. They built them, and then they decided to make a girl. That's how I always thought.
Well, we didn't know that until at the beginning. Yeah, that's what we would have thought. But when we learned that she was an supposedly unaltered replication of Jango Fett, I just figured that she was made at the same time as Boba
Oh,
Fett,
I forgot about that.
and so I just figured that she was one of the first to be made. But regardless, we know she's older than the Bad Batch. And so like her, like she didn't want. It almost like she didn't want to be in that room because of what happened there. So like
Like I said,
obviously,
The crumb.
yeah. So we don't know what's going on. Maybe we'll learn about stuff in future seasons or
We
whatever. But
You hear
The
me,
wo-
Filoni?
the one thing that they
Tell me.
should have had
Tell me.
in that facility or in that lab room was they should have had the big cylinder with the Zillo Beast head in there or something like that, because we need to know what Palpatine was up to. He wanted to clone the Zillo Beast because it was resistant to lightsaber attacks, and he wanted to clone it. So like, when is that going to come back?
Well, not to be a party pooper.
Oh
But-
no!
Here
Is
we-
this some book thing you're going to tell me?
No,
comic?
I was just gonna say it doesn't matter because Palpatine's dead.
What?
Well, not currently. He's not.
Not.
Okay, but like, what did he do with the Zilla Beast that was so effective that it actually changed the course of Star Wars history?
It could still.
nothing.
It could still. It could still have a cool story of him trying to like maybe next season they come on and they have to fight a Zillo Beast or something and they end that.
Well, maybe season 2 Zilla Beast.
It
Maybe,
would.
you know,
it
it's-
would be kind
it
of cool
was
to have an
coming.
Easter egg
It
for
was.
sure.
Operation Stardust. Then it was the was a Defender program or whatever, and the Zillow. It was those three. The first one to go was the Zillow Beast project because Bad Batch foiled that mission. So then it was just down to the two. That's my guess. You heard it here first, folks.
Okay.
All right.
The Death Star could have lost to the Zillow Beast army. Like that would have been great.
That would have been a nightmare logistically.
But it would have been super cool. So I want the Zillow Beast to come back. I want
I want zombies. I want, what was it, Project Darkwing? That's what I want.
Well, don't say any more about that because I believe that is a question that was submitted in the AUA for in a week from. So you can think about that a little bit more about what you want to say about that later. But we did already get zombies technically on Geonosis when they returned, and they had the worm go up the nose.
This is a different.
Sure,
That was
true.
basically zombies.
Bad Batch.
What?
So anyway, he's telling us to continue.
Oh.
So they're in that lab facility, and we hear something move, like whatever, and
I knew it was the droid, dude.
AZ the droid was there, and he was about to go off on his 30 number thing, and Omega cuts him off. AZ, you're here, and he says that all of the droids in the facility have been decommissioned, and he was able to escape. Hide or whatever. But that's just kind of sad. Like they're just erasing everything, and all these droids that we come to love that are working on, they're starting to get decommissioned because, they have information that what would seem as insignificant could be a crumb trail to Palpatine in some way. So like he has to cut off every lead that could lead back to him, and so all the droids were decommissioned. And then it flashes back to Hunter talking with Crosshair. And I forget what this conversation was about. I have it in my notes that they were talking again, but what was this one? Do you remember?
This was this when they were in the training course or before that?
Before. It was like right before. It was like just pretty much talking about more in detail about how they weren't like that they betrayed him, and then he was saying like they're gonna know it's a trap, and then Hunter was like, I assume like there's or not Hunter, Crosshair was like they're still gonna come, pretty
Something
much
like that.
something like that. Like he knew they'd still come, and Hunter was trying to sway him otherwise, but yeah.
So then it goes. So then the Bad Batch, they're sneaking around the facility trying to track the comlink, and they find some more TK troopers there walking around, and then they go into a room and say Hunter is right above us. And they said, okay, there's a platform here. We'll rise into the platform. Like, this will be our surprise entrance. Like, because I don't know. Like,
That they should have gone through the front door. Because, like, of the two, like, this is Crosshair. Of the two, they're going to go with the least likely of them to a normal person. But to Crosshair, that's like, oh, of course
Well,
they're
the
going to
thing
do the
is,
platform.
yeah, exactly. Like he's been
They should've just
with
gone through
them
the front door.
forever, so it's like
Yeah.
he knew that's what they were going to do.
Yeah, they should have just done the front door.
They should have done the
Then he wouldn't have had
opposite.
the little ricochet things. So
The what?
I'm not doing it again.
Darn it! I tried.
So
but yes. So, but then here, they decide that Echo, Wrecker, and Tech are going to rise up on a platform, but Omega has to stay back, just in case things go south, and she has to call Rex for help. And so, like she's not happy with this, but like she just does what she's told. and she's hiding in that room while they rise up, and then they're immediately surrounded by the elite squad with Crosshair and Hunter there as well.
Does it bother anybody that there's always one dude with a flamethrower?
No, because that's the same dude who burned
Yeah, but
those
like
civilians.
tactically, how would that help in this situation?
It's just a threat.
It would be different if he had one of those like
Machine guns.
chain guns, like repeating
The heavy
cannons, like mini
Mandalorian gun.
yeah, like it would be different if he had a big gun, but like, dude, a flamethrower, come on. They have armor on.
It's for
Well, yeah, but
looks.
what if like everyone is killed except for him, and the only way
David in the chat, he's Flame Guy.
he's flame guy?
He's
Like,
flame. Okay.
but like,
he's
what if he
flame
guys
guy.
them cornered? They get cornered, but then the rest of the squad gets killed, but he's left. He can just burn like a little like fence around them, and they're trapped, and then he can just keep burning towards them, and then
But what's flammable on the training course?
I don't know.
Them people.
it's special
Bodies.
flames. Like it can burn anything.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
I'll go with that.
It's space flames, okay? It's different than Earth flames, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, in Mandalorian, the Flame Guy came and he's wearing Beskar, and they're still threatened by it. So there's something to it.
Okay. That's
It gets hot, and your outfit.
well,
Take
the
it.
Clone Commandos in the expanded universe had climate-controlled suits.
Well, of course they did, but
So, anyways,
that's fair. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. I kind of want that.
Okay.
all right.
But so they rise up and they're immediately surrounded, and Crosshair is just kind of like unimpressed by them. Like, obviously, you guys are gonna do this type of thing. And Crosshair is kind of going on his speech about being left behind and not being loyal to him and all that jazz. And he says, like, you like it goes on like you weren't loyal to me, like, and like you betrayed me or whatever. And Hunter something like we never, what was it? It was like something like never thought of him as an enemy or something like that. Like he never had any ill feelings to him because he knew that he was being controlled by a chip, and so he was trying to explain to Crosshair that they never betrayed him. But Crosshair doesn't see it like that. But this is like where like things got weird for me, just like because he's like,
Same here.
I'm gonna give you
One more chance.
a chance, the chance that you never gave me.
Oh
type of
yeah,
thing.
that. Yep.
And I'm like, okay, and he cuts Hunter loose and is like,
Yeah.
you can join the Empire. You can join us. We are created for a purpose, and our purpose is to go out there and do missions.
Well, he also talks about them being superior too.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
And like earlier in the episode, like when Hunter was being escorted through the facility, he's like, these TK droids are our replacements. They're going to dispose of us. And Crosshair's like, well, only like the defective ones or whatever he said, like implying that if you're
non-elite clones, I think,
or
he
something
said.
like that. Like he's like, if you're like a phenomenal clone trooper, then they'll keep you around. And he's like, look, if you join me and join the Empire, they'll keep you around. Like you still have a chance to continue on with a purpose. And Hunter, he's like, no, type of thing, and he puts him back with the other 3 clones, Bad Batch members there. And when he does this, you see Tech look over, and you see a little mirror on the thing, on the side of them. Like, uh-oh, like something's going down. Definitely Crosshair is gonna shoot that and kill the elite squad. Like, so I like that they put that there because like, if you watch Clone Wars and you know what was about to happen, but also I was like, I kind of wish like they didn't make it so obvious that he was gonna kill the elite squad.
See,
so
it
early.
wasn't obvious to me at all right away.
Yeah, fun fact, I actually missed it. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, I was like, what is that, like Omega looking? Like, I was super confused.
Oh, I immediately knew it was
That's
because
cool.
we see him use it in the Bad Batch. Remember from when?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Or-
when
yeah,
he
or-
when
I
he
mean, the second
did
he
it,
shot it, I was like,
yes,
ah.
yes, exactly. When he did it, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But when Tech looked at it, I had no idea right away. But in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, now
Oh, then I
put it
guess it was
together.
better for you when he did shoot because, like,
It
I knew it was
was.
gonna happen because of the hint, so it was so early. Like, it could have been something like literally like 5 seconds before he shoots, it flashes to that, like him looking over to it and looking back, and then he shoots it, and then it'd been more like a quick, like, no time to think thing.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. But because it was so spread out, because didn't he look at it before Crosshair or Hunter even went there with them, or no?
I don't remember him looking at it,
Before then, I don't remember the time of it, but
but so Tech sees the mirror, so he obviously Tech knows that something's gonna happen. I feel because he's smart enough to figure that out. And Hunter's like, well, why should I trust you type of thing? And Crosshair tells the elite squad to stand down, and they don't. And then that's when he shoots the mirrors and kills them. He's like, there's your answer, because I am loyal to you, but the Empire
it's not.
is not necessarily going to be loyal to you. So you can trust me, not the Empire, type of thing. And he's like, just join me. Like, look, we can do this together. But, obviously the Bad Batch doesn't want to do that. And so then this flashes down below because during all this, one of the elite squad members is looking for Omega because obviously, Crosshair's like, because Wrecker's like, why would we bring her here? And guy's like, Wrecker, you've always been a terrible liar. She's here, I know, okay? So, like, one of the elite squad members is looking for her. And this is the same member of the elite squad that Rampart said, keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And so she's down below looking for Omega and finds her. And she's like, tells Omega to stop, and Omega's like, sorry, I'm busy. Like, it was just funny. Like, she's like trying to, like, whatever. But then one of like the panels shoots out and hits her, and then she activates
I thought that was really cool.
the dark troopers to start, which was like,
Well,
she had a great
you can't-
plan.
You can't overlook the fact that AZ was the one who did it. And he's like, I actually did it.
Yeah,
I
it was
like,
a
yeah, you did.
yeah.
You go, dude. Good for you.
But like Omega, she has this great plan. She's gonna cause a distraction so that the Bad Batch members can escape. But by the time she does it, it's only the Bad Batch there, and so like her.
I think honestly though, I think that there was a better option there, and she totally missed it
To reprogram them to only fight
for a
What?
distraction.
what?
What she should have done is told them all about Wesley Andrews, and they would have been so distracted and trying to get coffee via their subscription service that they wouldn't have noticed the Bad Batch get away.
True.
So, if anyone else is curious about Wesley Andrews, because I just mentioned them, it just so happens that not only are they the sponsor of today's episode, but I have a quick word from them that tells you all about what they have to offer. So let's take a quick moment and listen to that right now. Hey everyone, Andrew here.
Solid,
I'm pleased to
solid
tell you that the
transition,
sponsor for
Andrew.
today's episode-
Jeremiah's
Trying to up my
hating,
Andrews.
but I like
Trying to
that.
up my game.
If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews,
Oh.
you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster.
That was his
shop in
prize for
Minneapolis,
helping me pack the
Minnesota.
room. I gave him
They
all my
make
Stranger Things
fantastic
pops.
coffee. The awesome
What
thing
do I
is that
get?
They have a subscription service that
You
gets
weren't
those
there.
amazing coffee beans delivered to your door.
Cool.
On an either
You
weekly
forgot to send me footage of for green screen.
Wait,
that puts
also-
you in.
Also, how much do I give you free coffee?
Said, what a better time to try some new coffee.
That's
and
fair.
support a local business. I know they'll greatly appreciate it, and we will too. After all, using the code Empire Radio with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, when you start a new subscription at wesleyandrews.cc, you'll get 50% off your first purchase.
Hey,
Can't think of a better
thanks.
deal. Get 50%
View,
off.
the view
supporting
twist. That was
local
the best
Minneapolis
segue I've
coffee
heard
shop
in
and
months.
support
Thank
your
you.
favorite Star Wars podcast.
Trying to up my game.
In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
If
do
she
it.
had, if she had like cracked open,
Just open the
pretty sure-
bag. They would
I'm
have
pretty
been
sure
like,
there's a scene
"What
in.
is going
You guys remember that movie Cats vs Dogs?
Never heard of
Yes. What?
What?
It was a
What-
cute
Bro.
beagle. Oh,
Bro.
that
What was the name of it?
Cats versus dogs. The dogs are secret agents, and
Wait,
the
is
cats
it
were
is
trying to
it dog
take over
versus
man.
cats or cat versus dog?
I don't remember. It's one of the two.
I've seen Cat Dog.
It's completely different.
Nah, not the same.
Anyways,
They're
there's
like
a,
spies, and the
Yeah,
cats
dude,
were
it
evil.
was like in
and
the heyday,
it was good.
in like the early to mid 2000s of like the spy thing that was going on. Spy Kids were doing a thing, and they had this and
What's that other
I wanted to
spy
be a freaking
kid?
secret-
Like that other show with that one boy.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Kid, Cody Banks or something.
Oh, bro, Agent Cody
Yes,
Banks?
Agent Cody Banks.
never watched
yeah.
that.
It was that same time, but
Wait, you didn't watch it?
Nope.
Dang, dude.
I didn't
cats
watch all that
versus
stuff.
dogs.
Did you have did anybody have the Wild Planet spy gear? I did. I wanted to be a freaking secret agent. But that's
Wait,
the
how do we know you're not?
Ooh.
That's
You
the whole point
wouldn't.
of being a secret agent. It's
We
a secret.
wouldn't know.
Oh, you wouldn't know.
He's
Yeah.
undercover right
Um,
now, reporting
I'm
everything to
saying
Disney.
He
what we're
works for
doing.
Disney. And he's keeping an eye on it.
I would not be living in a one-bedroom apartment if I did. So,
Or are you?
Or if you would,
Oh my
because you're
gosh.
undercover.
anyways, I was gonna say all of that to say there was a moment in that where they had a distraction where they like opened a can of dog food. The cats did, or was it cat food? I remember there was like a can opener and it started going, and all the animals were like, and they totally got distracted by it. I was gonna say that Omega could have
Yeah.
done that. Just started doing a pour over.
No, just open the
even
bag.
even just the balloon. Oh yeah, that's true. Just
Just
open the
what's
open the
it?
bag, and then all the special troopers would have been like, whoop, you know,
Hello
they
there.
they smell that through their helmets. Whoop,
Mhm.
in game. That's what I say. Yep. Anyways,
But instead, she activated the Dark Troopers, which I thought was a cool.
I thought that
full
was a cool
circle
tie.
thing from the first episode, which is great. So she just unleashes basically all of them when,
She didn't
There was
need to
no-
do that.
like, I was like, this is not good, and so immediately the Bad Batch, they get back together and they do their thing. Like, it was like riding a bike. All of them. Well, at first, Crosshair and Hunter kind of tumbled a little bit. They were fighting while this was going on. Then,
Then you could
Crosshair then
save
kills,
Hunter.
saved Hunter, whatever. But their classic music theme comes up. This hardcore going while they're doing this, and they're just not skipping a beat. Like, they're just doing their thing, and they just completely take out all of them, which was just a great scene. It was like, yeah, I got a little emotional, maybe. I don't know. How about
because
you
it
guys?
feels like they're back.
It was
They
no,
got the band
but,
back
But
together.
as soon as that happened with Crosshair saving Hunter, their theme music hit. Did
Yeah.
you guys catch that?
That's what we were
And
talking about.
so like when okay, well,
Were you-
I don't know.
Reading
Speaking
the
of
chat?
speaking of music, when they arrived on Camino, when Crosshair and Hunter arrived on Camino,
Mm-hmm.
I am blanking on the theme and the movie, but I know
It's
for a-
episode 2.
Episode 2 when Obi-Wan is fighting Boba or Jango.
it's that theme.
It's that theme.
Okay,
When they're
because
outside
I-
fighting each other.
I 100% was like, they made another reference, and then I
Yep.
forgot to look it up before
Yeah.
we started.
It
recording,
was
so.
definitely when they're like outside battling each other. And Jeremiah, we can hear everything you're doing right now.
Sorry.
But
Maybe we all need fidget spinners.
helps me. But yeah, that theme I was like, "Oh, they're back together." I didn't tear, but it was very emotional.
All right.
So while this is happening, The one elite squad member runs off because she sees like it all went south, and so she's like, radios in, it's all gone south, like it's not working. I'm getting out of here. So Rampart's like, get here.
Those are her exact words. I can just hear it in Jeremiah's voice. Yeah, it all went south. It's not working. I'm getting out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
So she escapes, and then Rampart is talking radio or is talking to Tarkin via holo call or whatever, and
Verizon holocall.
yep.
It's all the rage.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Wow, that's a
That's
deep
like-
cut.
That's a deep cut.
Wow.
And
Dang.
then that guy was betrayed Verizon and went to another phone company and just
Yeah.
pulled a hunter.
That just reminded me.
Damn. Or Crosshair.
Wow.
What are you gonna say, Andrew?
I was gonna say that reminded me that I was on Altel. You guys remember Altel? Before
No, but
Verizon
tell
bought 'em
me
out?
more.
It was just another phone carrier.
Oh, I
like
don't
my first cell
never heard.
phone, might be the first two I had. We were on Altel, and then Verizon bought them out, and then we were with Verizon for years, and then now we're on Google Fi. So
Ooh.
Really? Ooh.
So
I didn't know-
Xfinity dropped their new stuff too. And I'm like, Xfinity phone service. But guys.
Anyway,
yeah, there's that.
Rampart and Tarkin are talking. Rampart says that all essential people have been
Tarkins
removed.
is talking.
Have been
Don't ya-
removed
Don't ya
from
know?
whatever. You and your southern accent. What's
Okay.
making fun of me? We can make fun of you all day with your accent. What are you talking
Do it.
about? Anyway,
Can you do a good Southern accent?
I can, but I'm not going to. Let's go.
anyway.
Is that the other host, Drew's microphone, making an appearance?
Yes.
Drew's microphone. Yep. So, Rampart says all essential people have been removed, and so Tarkin says, "Fire when ready." Classic Tarkin line. And so,
It was like literally from A New Hope. Like, I'm pretty sure they just cut it and put it in there.
No.
Are you sure the voice sounded like different?
That's what happens when you have a good voice actor.
Well,
yeah,
it sounded like the original, like to the T.
it's how good the voice actor
Oh,
is.
That's good. All right.
So then it flashes back to the Bad Batch and Crosshair and their interaction, and he's just again Hunter's like, or Crosshair's like trying to recruit them, and because at this moment Hunter has his gun drawn at Crosshair, and then the rest of this team comes and they have their weapons drawn at Crosshair, and Crosshair is saying his thing, and Hunter's like, "It's the chip. You're saying that because the chip is causing you to say this," and Crosshair says, "No, I removed my chip a long time ago."
That
Boom.
was nuts.
And he's like, "This is just who I am." And I was like, "This is
such a like emo high schooler thing. Oh, it's just who I am. Like you're in your teen angst stage, which technically, I guess he kind of would be. He'd be entering. that
Kind of
phase 'cause-
are.
they're like 10, 12 years old maybe,
Yeah.
so
Anyways.
pre-teening it, and everyone's shocked at what he just said, and then Hunter stuns him, and
He should have said, "Don't try it," and then it stunned it because Crosshair was like, his rifle twitched, and Hunter was like, "No."
Well, first
Right.
Hunter asked him, "When did you do it?" And then Crosshair said, "It doesn't matter."
it is true.
I feel like
But-
that's also a key thing
'Cause
because
I think we'll speculate about well, we guess we could speculate about that now. When do you think he did it? Because I feel like it was after he got wrecked by that.
Oh,
s-
crispy,
Got crisped up.
crispy boy.
I think it had to be.
Is that a Joshua Weissman like thing
Huh?
you just did? The crispy boy.
Bro,
That's
I
like
don't even know who you're talking about.
Joshua Weissman is like one of the biggest cooking channels on YouTube. Like he says that like
No,
crispy
Oh,
boy, like the way exactly the way.
I have no clue.
I don't
Okay,
know
I'll
what that
send
is.
you a link.
But yeah,
yes.
I think it happened right after that part when he had to get like surgery on his head, or they like patched him up. I think it might have just broke or they just took it out. or
Because he
something.
said he removed it. So it's something he consciously did. So it wasn't something that happened by accident.
because it kind of it has to be around them because before that they kept charging it. Remember, like Tarkin kept amping it up
Well, we only saw it happen once.
Twice.
So we don't know.
We saw it twice because the next episode when it was just Crosshair when they went to that planet to burn those people, he got charged up right before that episode. Like right in the beginning of that episode, he got out of there and he was like rubbing his head and stuff. So I guess like, he could have got it taken out then, but he did get charged. I remember that.
Because, like, are we assuming that the scar on his head is from the chip removal?
No.
The way Hunter looked at it, it seemed like it was, but I don't.
Bruh,
There's
you
no
talking
way
about
it's
the-
huge.
The mini craters. he
Yeah.
has? Dude, that's definitely from the burn.
Yeah, unless there's like a line there, but
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like
do we believe that it's actually moved?
that's what some people are saying. Like, they don't believe that it's actually, he's just saying that he never had it removed.
Maybe. I mean, we'll find out next episode. Probably.
Yes. Sure.
So,
I don't know. Because part of me thinks, like, it's not just a burn. If it is a burn, like, he somehow is using that burn mark to cover up the surgery that he did. Something
Or
like that.
he's using that burn mark to try to convince that he got it removed when he didn't.
or
Or is
maybe
it-
it just takes him a while to heal. Because
Well,
he
true.
took the blast from a Venator ion engine to the face.
True.
Well, his whole face is healed now, though. So, like, what's so special about the side of his head that won't heal?
It took a worse burn. I don't know. Like, look, dude, look at Dengar. No offense, Dengar. if you're listening.
Hey.
Hey,
wow.
he's one of our
Hold on.
longtime listeners. He sends us voicemails, and you're
He's
gonna
probably off
okay.
with some twins right now.
Listen, Anakin in the Vader suit.
True.
Yeah.
Like he takes off his helmet, or he's putting his helmet on in Empire Strikes Back. He looks like a freaking marble bowling ball.
Yeah, but maybe he just keeps getting wrecked by going out on missions and stuff. I don't know.
Either way, I'm not 100% convinced that it's out.
I think it's out.
I would like for it to be out.
Because
I think
if you
I would
look at
too,
him-
but
if you look at him from Clone Wars, he was still that really stern, hard
True.
guy
well,
that
and
didn't.
he was a little different because he did kill his guys. I feel like if it wasn't out, I don't know if he would be able to kill them.
Right.
So maybe he is out. And it
But-
seemed like he almost wanted the Bad Batch to join the Empire to at one point like be in charge and like overthrow the Empire almost.
I don't know about that, but
But it
Like-
seemed like he wanted to be higher up and controlling, and maybe the chip is out.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think it was weird how he was so like I don't know, sentimental is the right word, but like how he
No. You can say that. That would apply.
but it's just weird because like he was so felt so betrayed, but he's like trying to be so loving towards the Bad Batch. Like yeah, obviously that's what
They're
happens.
his
Like,
brothers.
You forgive and try and fix things in broken relationships, but like I don't know. It just seems somewhat out of place that like he was being so compassionate, but also so evil at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
join me so we can be evil together. Like, I don't know. Like, at least when Vader tried to recruit Luke, is like we could do this
Rule the
father and
galaxy.
son, like, but
But yeah, but if he had his chip in, would he have that much compassion?
that is true.
So maybe it is out.
Unless he's acting, and it's just him acting.
True. Well, if he is, then he's a better liar than Wrecker is.
Wrecker.
I
But
think it's out.
think it's out.
Yeah, I'm sliding that in as my final answer.
What? Wait, what if that was the hint? that he said, "Wrecker, you've never been good at lying, but I am the whole time."
That is true. Like,
That'd
you
be
can't lie,
kinda-
but I'm gonna show you how good I am at it.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Nice contrast of
I think we're getting a little too deep.
Yeah, no, I'm
For
trying
Bad
to
Batch.
find something,
too
but
deep for Bad Batch. This is like one of the deepest
this
things in the
this
Star
was
Wars.
pretty deep.
And
But
so
yeah, I think it's out. But I'm okay with it not being two if that is a thing. But
but I'm happy that he didn't. I think Andrew said it earlier. Like, I'm happy that he didn't just become a good guy like right at the end. Like, he didn't just like,
Yeah.
oh, so yeah, I guess I'll join back.
no,
with the
I
Bad
love
Batch,"
the
and-
way they did it. Like at the end of the day, like he's with the Bad Batch not by choice still. Like he's with the Bad Batch because he was stunned and they grabbed him because they want to escape with him, and maybe Hunter can talk some more sense into him or something like that. And then we missed the best part. They blew up Camino, or the worst part.
We didn't
haven't
miss
gotten
it.
there
We're
yet.
getting to that.
Oh,
I-
okay.
It's the last thing that happens in the episode. We haven't gotten there yet.
I mean, we're there now.
So spoiler alert, yeah, they
Gosh.
destroy. But yeah, so the ships come down out of the clouds, and they just fire when ready. And so the Bad Batch are trying to escape, and as they're before they shoot, like they do like throughout the facility show empty rooms, empty cafeteria, empty. I'm
yeah.
like, I was like, this is so sad. Like,
Yeah.
It's the official end of that era.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I got a little emotional. Like, this is like super sad. Like the
Yeah.
music that was going,
Yep.
Yeah,
and
it
all
was
the
sad.
empty rooms, everything was just gone, and then they come out of the clouds and just destroy everything.
Which, I mean, in the beginning of the episode, we kind of got a hint of that, too, when they're going to Camino. Like, they're like, there's only 3 ships. Where's all the other ships?
Right.
They were in the clouds the whole
Well, I
time.
knew that. I figured that was gonna happen because they steal my ideas. But
That's fair.
but yeah, so they, as they're running, they run outside and they see it happening from outside, everything being destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the scene when the shots hit the underwater pillars
Mm.
and that starts breaking, and then the whole thing falls. Like, that was just a cool.
Dude, I'm telling you, beautiful.
It was
Beautiful
really cool,
shots.
but also really sad.
Yeah.
And Omega standing out there even after the Bad Batch
Yeah,
went
she was
back
like the
inside.
last one.
She
Yeah,
did
she was the
not.
last one to
She
run
was
inside,
like, "My home is gone." Like, yeah, it's really sad.
So that's the end of the episode. It goes to black and it lingers for like 5 seconds, and you're thinking, oh, is there gonna be like another scene? And then it's directed by Dave Filoni or whatever said.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, okay, so going back a lot, when they're going into the tube, you know how sad she was when she was like pushing the buttons?
Yeah.
Did she find out that what's his name died, or like they took him off, or was she just sad that she was back on Camino and she was promised she wouldn't ever go back to Camino?
Who died?
The one other.
Prime Minister?
Yeah.
No, it's just she's
No.
back.
You think it was
She
just
didn't-
because
she didn't care about
No,
it.
she would have said something like,
Yeah.
it's just she didn't want. I don't know. Like, we might not ever get those answers to why she was so sad.
Well, if we don't, listen here, Filoni.
Here it
I'm
comes.
I'm coming to your house.
And he's
I'm
a
gonna
spy.
pull-
He knows where you
He's
live.
he's a secret agent.
So
I'm gonna knock on your door politely.
he's gonna text you at the end of
I'm
this
gonna address
episode.
you.
and
I'm gonna address you
say-
respectfully, and then I'm gonna give you a very respectful mouthful about
And-
why I
and
want
give
to
him
know,
a hug, and
and then give him a hug.
and ask for a cowboy hat.
Nah,
Really,
You wouldn't want a cowboy hat signed by Dave Filoni?
dude? Come on,
dude, I would rather take my stormtrooper helmet with me and get that signed.
or take one of his own hats with his hair, and then you can clone him.
with like the sweat white line around the.
Dude, what? Why,
That- You
could
why
clone
why
him.
are we here?
Yeah, you can clone him with this sweat in the.
His DNA.
Yeah, dude.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, well,
But yes, so like I said earlier, I think the way they're going to escape is through the tube system. And so the Empire is going to think that the Bad Batch is dead. So they're going to have that advantage during season 2.
for like one episode, maybe.
I don't know why. I think they'll try and extend it. Like they do these missions, kind of like more covertly, or something. Maybe working with Rex or something, because they're gonna have to figure out something. They're gonna hook up with Rex, and so they're gonna be working with these rebellion movements and stuff. But like, it's just gonna be like, why are these teams being so efficient, like out in the field, like messing with the Empire? And then I think like maybe halfway through the season, they're gonna realize it's
That would be really cool.
the Bad Batch. Omega's gonna be like proficient with her bow.
Season 2, Darth Vader showdown. I
Yes.
still want it. I still
Yes.
want it.
I was wondering if they were gonna bring Vader in. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that now, but
No.
I think
No.
next season we'll definitely see some lightsabers of some sort, whether it's Inquisitors.
Or
Or-
Ahsoka.
Like I think it'd be cool if we saw the Grand Inquisitor. I think that'd be cool if the Grand Inquisitor was like a villain, but we've already had him as a villain, so I don't know if they would do that. But we'll
see.
definitely see. Some
It'd be cool to
lightsabers.
see a different Inquisitor that they take out.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because how many Inquisitors was there total?
At least
know?
2.
I mean,
I mean,
There's-
I'm
I
not
think-
wrong. I'm not wrong.
well, Ahsoka spoilers. Maybe I should.
I already got spoiled by that. Yeah, she
Oh.
killed it. So
She
we
kills
have
one.
we have the Grand Inquisitor. We have
I'm
what?
pretty sure there were like 9 or 10.
I think there was.
I think
three
there's
of-
9. Chat.
Well, there's like the 9th sister, but like, does that just mean the 9th sibling? Like, is there ninth sister and then 9 brothers?
I don't know. I don't think so. I just think it was their rank and then the
David in the chat said 30 to 50.
no, different conversation.
Oh, wait,
Completely
never
different conversation, Drew. They're talking about the age of Pershing.
Oh, okay. Well, that's way different.
So, yeah.
Good. Wait, wasn't he? Didn't he say he was a child on Camino?
What?
Pershing, Dr. Pershing. Didn't he
I
say
don't-
that
I don't
he
remember.
was a child on?
Yes, he did. Yep.
He grew up. Wait, so he would have known. He might have known Omega.
He would have known Omega for sure because she was like a.
So when Omega shows up in the book of Boba Fett,
Or Mandalorian season 3.
Why would she show up in Book of Boba?
that's one of the big rumors is that she's gonna show up in the book of Boba
As like
Fett
a
an adult.
bounty hunter or something.
I don't know. She could become a bounty hunter, which would make sense. But
Or
There's 10 Inquisitors in canon.
okay.
okay.
So
There you go.
Either way.
But yes, that's one of the rumors is that she's gonna be in the book of Boba Fett.
I'd be here for it.
I just want to know who would play her because it'd be in mid 40s would be the age of or early to mid 40s, I think, something like that. So, what blonde actress could play?
She could die here.
True. They don't.
Yeah,
have to
but
be
here's the thing:
blonde.
if she shows up and she has like purple hair or black hair, like it's gonna be kind of lame. We gotta see the blonde. short
No,
blonde
she
hair.
no,
says,
no, no.
My
But
name's Omega. You know instantly.
true. Also, Andrew is saying the actor doesn't have to be blonde. They can just dye the actor's hair.
That's also true. Yeah.
That is also true.
Like it. We have the technology, guys.
Yeah. We finally got to the point where we can dye hair pretty well now. Yeah.
I think
yeah,
we
yeah.
can do it.
But yes, what are you guys' ideas moving forward to the finale next week?
I have no idea, dude. I love
Yeah,
that. I
honestly,
love
I'm
that
a
I
blank
have no
slate.
idea. I mean, obviously they're gonna get off somehow, probably through the tunnels, like you said, Jeremiah. But I don't
I
know.
hope-
I also seemed like they blew up. I don't have no idea.
I hope that them getting off of Camino is at the very beginning of the episode, and then there's more.
I hope their ship
don't-
didn't blow up because I'm gonna
I
be
don't
pissed.
want. I don't want the whole episode to be them getting off Camino. Just
No,
take 10
I-
minutes, get them off
yeah.
Camino, and then give me 20, 25 minutes, however long, of like
So a 35-minute episode.
figuring things out. Give me what's next. You know.
This episode was 3 minutes shorter than last week's, but it felt way longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I don't know about cause I'm assuming they'll use the tube system to get back to their ship on the landing pad. But I don't know if you guys noticed this, but when they landed, they left their door open and so it's been raining and water's been getting
Bro,
into their.
everyone does that in Star Wars.
I'm just saying, they left it open. They could just beep beep and like lock the door, and like it would have been just fine. But
It's okay.
I guess it's for a quick escape. They don't have to wait for the door to open. But,
Correct. And they're already what anyways.
Yeah.
But I would kind of disagree with Andrew. I would want the whole episode to be about them trying to get off, and then the end is like something else. But because like I want it to end on a cliffhanger. I feel like if they,
it will.
I'm just saying like if they get off right away and set up something else, like it's gonna be less climactic. I feel like if there's
No, no way. There's so many ways that they could make that super.
They still have to
climactic.
try to convince Crosshair to be with them.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And we don't want the whole episode with him on Wrecker's back just
just
bouncing
flopping around the
around.
whole episode.
Yeah.
Starts
Like,
to
no.
wake up. They
They're
stun him
like,
again.
"Wait, put him down, stun him. All right, let's go again. Like, no.
And then they accidentally stun Wrecker, so they have to wait for them both to wake up. For Wrecker to wake up.
Then, yeah, no, let's not do that.
But
Let's
do you
get off
think-
quick and figure it out.
So if they get off, do you think that they will return to Ord Mantell and Gregor will be part of their squad? Or do you think we'll see Gregor next episode?
We can't-
Rex?
yeah, probably. I bet Rex will be there.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think it's going to be a short episode? Or do you think it's going to be like another hour-long episode? Like
I wish, but I don't.
start the season with a 75-minute episode and end it with a 75-minute episode?
I'd be fine with that.
That'd be dope, but I don't think that will happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be short.
Because Clone Wars series finale was like 23 minutes long, the last episode. So they could do the same thing this time.
That's true.
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
I'm just expectant, man. I'm excited and I'm expectant. And there's
Like-
a part of me that wants to go into this without any extra speculation.
Yeah,
Okay.
And
Just to be excited and just be blown away by it.
and I stand by my statement. I'm really disappointed that Disney announced season 2. 'Cause I think this would have been amazing. Is at the end, kind of like what they did with the Book of Boba. At the end of next episode,
Another. I was gonna say something, but it might spoil. Another recent Disney Plus release from a different cinematic universe.
yes, exactly like
Yeah.
that. Like at the end of the
Oh.
next episode,
Yeah.
they're like season 2 Bad Batch. Like that would be dope, and then they can tweet it afterwards. But for some reason, they gave it to us before the last episode, and it's like the intense part of this episode of like, are they gonna get off? They could actually die. That's gone now. Like they're gonna get off. They're not dying. You know what I mean? Like they could have ended the whole thing them together, hugging, kind of like the freaking Rogue One. You know, they're standing on the edge of the platform in the rain. They're all hugging each other, and they go out with a bang. But nope, we'll see them next season.
They go out with a bang.
Literally,
Oh man.
because they die. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But my speculation is someone's going to die next episode.
Yeah, I think someone's gonna die. They have to.
I don't think so.
I think Hunter's going to be out.
No, you shut your dirty mouth.
No. If
Okay. Who are you not going to be, say, shut your dirty mouth if I say, okay,
Crosshair.
Crosshair.
Wrecker dies.
No, not Wrecker. No.
It's gonna be Cross. If anyone dies, it's Crosshair.
It's Crosshair.
I want
He
it to
comes
be
to the-
Wrecker
no,
because
I
I
What
want
about Echo?
to.
What about Echo? He's been dead weight the
No.
whole season. He unlocked like one door.
Dead
also.
weight my left foot. Listen.
Also, he's half dead anyway, so that's not a thing.
Listen, Crosshair is going to come to the realization that he's like, oh, I'm actually loyal to my brothers. I'm going to make the ultimate sacrifice to save you and give you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I don't think anyone's gonna die.
Now, let me tell you something. And I'm talking to you, Filoni.
Here it comes
man.
again.
He's
Even
gonna
though
walk
they're-
away after the first one, realize he forgot to say this, and then he's gonna come back.
No,
either
this
though
one-
he's gonna call him
one-
at the end of this.
This
but-
one is not going to go. This is a conversation that will not go well. 100%. If If
Omega dies.
Oh.
People in the chat are saying
I-
Omega could die.
All I'm saying,
Will you quit Star
is-
Wars?
I would consider it. I would actually,
No, you wouldn't.
dude. That
You're gonna, because then you'll be betraying Drew and I. You'll be.
Yes,
You'll be-
and as a secret agent, you're gonna quit your job like that? You can't do.
dude. All I'm saying is it's too soon.
I mean,
It's just I
it'd be
cannot
so jacked up.
explain.
it would be
I
so
cannot
messed
explain
up.
to you the depth of hurt I would feel.
I don't think they could kill off a 13-year-old.
I don't know. They killed a bunch of freaking kids in Revenge of the Sith. That's all I'm saying.
True, but that was
So-
before Disney bought it, and Disney Plus doesn't even allow like PG-13s or only PG-13 stuff on there. Like, they can't kill a 13-year-old off unless she's like, "I want to stay with my planet," and just like jumps in the water.
She's like
Why
the
would
captain. The captain
Okay.
from Titanic to stays with the ship.
I'm out. I'm out. Y'all stop.
You started hearing "My Heart Will Go On" music in the background. Like she's just looking off and falling into the water.
She's just like, "Peace out, guys. I'm staying
Or
with my
it's
planet."
gonna be like there's gonna be something floating in the water, and there's like she's gonna be hanging off the edge. I'm sorry, there's not enough room, just like Rose and Titanic, and like.
Oh Lord.
I hate this.
All right, our social medias. Want to transition to?
Yeah.
Something you don't hate.
Yeah, listen, if you want to connect with us on the internet, head over to either the link in our Instagram bio, the link in our Twitch About Us section on twitch.tv/Empire Radio, or the link directly under the sentence that says Connect with Us, wherever you are listening to this in audio format. There will be a links.co link. Click that. It's a landing page that has everything that we do on the internet, including but not limited to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I mentioned Twitch. We've got a lot of stuff on there. So if you want to connect with us and you want all of the options in one place, check out that link. It's really easy to use. It includes a link to leave us voicemails, which we do on Tuesdays. It also includes a link to join our Discord, which is a blast. So make sure if you want to connect with us, just do it. That's easy. Just click the link. Everything's right there at your fingertips. Also, this is a reminder that not the next Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So
17th.
August the what?
17th.
August the 17th, we are going to be doing our it's a big celebration because it will be our 101st episode. Because our 100th episode is actually going to be the season finale of the Bad Batch, which is really cool. But we are doing another Ask Us Anything. So we're doing an episode entirely dedicated to answering questions and interacting with you, the viewers, and or the listeners. So make sure if you have a question that you wanted to ask us, it does not have to be Star Wars related.
Right.
It
We
just has
prefer
to be
it not to be Star Wars.
Yeah,
but
we would actually prefer it not to be Star Wars related for this episode because we want to be able to have everyone get to know us better. But also make sure it's family friendly. Please keep that in mind. But make sure, if you are you're listening or you're looking for a sign, now's your sign.
Yeah.
Now's your time.
And we always talk about sending in the voicemails, and so like if you've always wanted to send one in and you haven't yet, this is the perfect opportunity.
Yep.
To send it in. And so when you send in a voicemail, you have to type in just a name.
Yep. So,
And
your
so-
first name and then AUA.
Yeah.
For Ask Us Anything, and that way I will know next Tuesday when I'm pulling the voicemails again, not to pull those yet.
Right.
And if for some reason you can't put it in your name, please make sure to put it at the very beginning of your voicemail because I can edit that out. But it will be very helpful for me to immediately be able to hear, hey, this is for the Ask Us Anything episode. That would be very helpful. So please do that. But again, if you haven't joined a stream, this is going to be the one to join. It's going to be kicking off right at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay.
That's the goal. And
It'll happen.
We're going to be interacting with the chat. It's basically going to be one big conversation the whole night of just us talking with you guys, getting to know each other a little bit better. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
make sure you're there for that.
And we already got like 1 million questions on Discord. We have a
That's
channel
good.
just for that, and so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a long night, boys.
I'm
I'm
excited.
fine with
But
that.
a fun night.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
fine
gonna be
with
dope.
And also, if those of you who are watching on Twitch or on YouTube, you can see that Drew's studio is looking pretty smooth right now. Not a lot going on. Because Drew and I just packed up everything because he's moving into a new house and gonna be setting up a new studio. So if you want to see us break that down, we posted a vlog the other day. Yeah, last night actually. This is Friday, so we posted last night, Thursday, of just like a highlight reel and speed time lapse thing of us taking it down, boxing it up. So that's like
Yeah.
23 minutes. So there's a lot of content of fast forwarding and seeing cool stuff. So
Yep. Please make sure, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button while you're there. I know there's like 14,000 YouTubers asking you to do the same thing, but it actually does help.
And we're
And
really cool. So
yeah, we're
Yeah.
super cool. Smooth all around.
Mm.
And make sure if you're going to subscribe, just hit the bell icon. That way you don't have to miss all of our videos. Like subscribing is great if you go through and you check your subscription page every time, but why not just turn on the bell, get a notification.
Also, there's a video that goes up there every week. So
Yeah, every Tuesday. Yeah.
all right.
All
I have
right.
nothing else.
Me
Anything
either.
else?
Nope.
All right. Well, you have been listening to another spine-tingling episode of
Wait.
Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah,
I'm Drew.
And I'm Andrew.
and may the force be with you.